Hey, it's Alicia. Just hanging out, leaning against the wall and a tennis ball. Any guesses of what I'm going to show you in this video today? Might have something to do with this right here and this right here. I'm going to show you how to release your middle deltoid and some of the other fascia in and around this particular area. And as usual, I like to explain maybe why you should do this. Of course, if you live in a human body, you should be doing fascia release just to, help your body lose that tension and density and be more fluid and optimize and all that. But if you have any kind of pain issues in the shoulder area, in particular, what had me kind of seeking out this technique and thinking about it is some shoulder issues that I've had for a while, just some shoulder instability. I'm hypermobile, and I've recently started doing yoga again, and so I feel pretty aware of I want my shoulders to be stable. I don't want to put myself into any kind of position where I'm compensating and then building up those compensations. And I've been exploring the chest and the deltoid lately, so that video went out last week. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely check that out. We'll link to it in the description box below. It's just a really amazing opener for the chest and the front deltoid. And we're gonna grab a little bit of that front deltoid, but not like you can get it with that other technique. But this one is gonna be against the wall. You're gonna need a tennis ball, or you could use a lacrosse ball for this one. I like the tennis ball because it has a little more give and you can kind of mold it to your body a little bit better. But you could definitely use a lacrosse ball. And reasons to do this: shoulder instability. If you suspect you have some kind of lat inhibition, where your lat muscles aren't firing. This middle deltoid is mainly responsible for abduction of the shoulder, which is this movement right here, just taking your shoulder into that position. But of course, it's part of the deltoids, and there's the front deltoid, the middle deltoid on the side, and then the posterior or rear deltoid. And they all, of course, work together synergistically on the shoulder, performing all kinds of movements. And the deltoids together can actually inhibit, I think it's something crazy, like 10 to 20 different muscles in the shoulder girdle and around, the rotator cuff. So there's a lot here to play with in terms of thinking about how maybe density in the front of your shoulders and the side of your shoulders from being forward rotated, doing this all the time, could be putting you into, forward rotated shoulders, tightening up all this deltoid tissue, and then inhibiting some of those rotator cuff muscles in the back, making your shoulder girdle, not just the shoulder joint, but the shoulder girdle, maybe unstable through things like yoga in terms of downward dog or push-up position or handstanding or anything like that. So ready to learn it? You're just gonna want to find a wall where you have, like this. You have free range of motion here with your arm, because we're going to be doing some arm movements. So if the wall continued here, I would hit it and I wouldn't be able to do this full range of motion. And so then, of course, for the other side, you'll want to find a wall where you can do that as well. But I'm going to be showing you on my left arm today. So to start with, you might just want to roll up and down very slowly to just kind of locate any areas of density or adhesion. You're maybe going to know they're there because it hurts, it's intense, but you're looking potentially for clunks, adhesions, knots, dense tissue that's kind of balled up, right? And you might find it rolling like I just found one here, and it might not be visible on the camera, but so there's a little one here. When you find one, then you have these different ranges of motion that are available to you. So I'm stabilizing the ball with my opposite hand, and you don't have to do that, but I like to sometimes. So this is a good option here to just explore. And then straight arm and rotating, that's another good option. So you'll notice right now I'm kind of in front of my body with my arm, and that's one potential position to find. And then another one would be taking my arm back behind me and doing some rotations there. And you might find that one of these positions feels more intense, feels more productive. Maybe you get the clunk in that position, whereas you don't in the other ones. But then you also want to be tuning into, oh, I really feel something maybe like in the back, you know? And then you'll want to grab the ball with your other hand, kind of position it where you were feeling something, and then explore that area. Because even though this is a relatively small area that we're going after, that's, you know, there's quite a bit of real estate here actually for exploring where you're going to find areas of density. So I've been spending all kinds of time here getting to know the terrain of this part of my body through this particular way of releasing the fascia here, because honestly, I haven't been getting into this. I haven't invented or figured out how to get into this middle deltoid. So I have rear deltoid techniques, I have front deltoid techniques, but I've just been exploring the whole shoulder girdle or shoulder lately. So I recommend that you do that too. Like, take a good amount of time and actually get to know this area. For example, right up by the joint, you're gonna find probably, if you're anything like me, but maybe not because we're all different, some little clunks where the attachment sites are. Those can get, you know, dense and kind of gummed up. So you want to explore that. And then you want to explore lower as well, kind of where that teardrop shape of the deltoid starts to meet other muscles like your triceps and your brachialis and other things in your arm. So the basic movements though that I want you to start with as a foundation are going to be this right here. So I got a little clunk on the way back here. Straight arm and rotating. And you can do it, you know, with your hand by your body, kind of at an angle in front of your body, back behind you. So all of these are going to get, you know, something a little bit different. And then as you do those different ranges of motion, you want to, you know, change where the ball is. So it can be closer to your shoulder joint, further away, maybe more in the front. So I'm angling my arm now. I positioned it kind of palm up, if you will, palm facing forward. And that might find something different, right, than if I position it palm facing backwards. Would probably be a great starting place for the rear, kind of rear deltoid, middle deltoid junction. But that's basically it. So there you have it. That is your middle deltoid fascia release. I have been loving this one, using it a ton lately. So make sure to share your experience of using it below. Are you finding clunks and adhesions there? How do you feel right after doing it? I tend to feel like my arm feels lighter, my shoulder feels lighter, and oftentimes I'll feel things translating down into more lightness in my arm. And maybe for you, it'll be more up in your neck. Everything's connected. So I know that when you share your results in the comment section below, it inspires someone else to give this a try, right? They're looking for solutions for themselves. So please share your stories. I love reading them as well. And if you liked this video, then I would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when new videos go out. And if you're new to fascia release and my way of doing this, which is kind of based on compression and shearing versus like foam rolling and rolling around on balls, then you can grab my beginner's guide to fascia release. We'll put that in the description box below as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.